Greetings, boys and girls. Welcome to the ridiculous world of G.G. Abrahams. And on this show, we take a look at movies, we do some game reviews, and we just get up to some crazy stuff. So welcome to the very first episode. Today, we're going to be taking a look at 5 movies that are really bad, that I like, and you might like them as well. Just give them a try, please. Number 5, The Return of Swamp Thing. Coming out in 1989, this was the sequel to the highly popular Swamp Thing, which was the story about a scientist who gets his genes spliced with swamp matter and becomes Swamp Thing. Didn't like the first one, but the second one is basically him trying to get revenge on the man who caused this, Dr. Arcane. Unknowingly to Swamp Thing, he falls in love with Arcane's stepdaughter. Well, he knows that he falls in love with her, but he didn't know it was Arcane's stepdaughter. Why do I like it? Maybe it's the terrible wobbly-headed monsters that he fights with asthma. Maybe it's when he fights giant slug beasts, man slugs. Yep. Or maybe it's the cast of Dick Durock as Swamp Thing. Louis Jourdan, is that how you say his name? Is it Louis Jordan? Louis Jourdan as Dr. Arcane. It's got the fantastic Sarah Douglas. Check her out online and just look at the movies. She's been in hundreds of things. Sarah Douglas. We like Sarah Douglas. Cheesy one-liners, good 80s soundtrack. I recommend watching it. Just give it a try. It also has Monique Gabrielle. That is all. Number 4, True Identity. 1991's True Identity starred, wait for it, Lenny Henry. Remember him? Yeah. This was to be his big break in Hollywood, where he got a 3-movie deal with Disney, of all people, and they ripped that contract up after this movie. Poor Lenny. The movie is about an actor, Lenny Henry, who has to go into hiding after the mafia come after him, for a reason you discover in the movie. He decides the best way to hide is to turn himself into a white guy. Yep. I don't think Lenny Henry's the problem in the movie. I think he's actually not too bad. Granted, his American accent is a little bit dodgy sometimes, but, overall, he's not the problem. I don't think the movie's that bad. It's even got Frank Langella. That's, kudos, getting Frank in there. I personally enjoy the movie and I still put it on from time to time because some of the lines still make me laugh to this day. Seriously, they do. And it's not as bad as people think. It really isn't. Give it a shot. Number 3, the Garbage Pail Kids movie. 1987. What a bad year. Anyway, for those of you that are maybe born from a different generation, the Garbage Pail Kids were pretty huge in the 80s. From trading cards, playing cards, to toys, dolls, cartoons. The movie. It's a story of kids who are kept in a garbage pail and are unleashed by a teenager called Dodger and need to be put back in the garbage pail by an antique shop owner who's also their keeper, Captain Manzini. Yeah. Now, the whole point of this is because, wait for it, if they get captured outside, they're going to be put in the state home for the ugly. That's a thing in this movie. Wrapped around this fantastic tale is Dodger's attempts at trying to impress his dream girl, Tangerine. Yeah, Tangerine. She's got a badass boyfriend though, and I do mean badass, and he's called Juice. Dodger, Tangerine, Juice. Who names characters Dodger, Tangerine and Juice? Seriously? What were they thinking? I don't believe I just said that. It's not do you know what? It is a terrible movie. The Garbage Pail Kids themselves are creepy little monster things, ranging from the one who's got a really, really bad bogey problem, shall we say, to the really cool one who's really tough and wants to fight with everybody, to their leader, Alligator, who happens to be an alligator, as you do. To this day, I still do not know what this movie is supposed to be. Is it for kids? I hope not. Is it for adults? I hope not. Is it a comedy? Is it a horror? Yes, it's a bad movie. I understand that. But there's just something about it that makes me enjoy it, and I always have, and there's a special place for it in my heart. Yeah. Number 2, Monster High. Okay, so the further we go down in this list, the worse the movies are going to get. So I really do apologise for this monstrosity. No pun intended. 2 aliens from the planet Polyester steal a doomsday device that's a basketball, lose it on Earth, find it, release the demon from within, called Mr. Armageddon. This guy's a piece of work. I don't know if it's his hair, his outfit. You need to see this guy to believe him. So it's worth watching just for this. There's teenagers in the school who figure this out, and they need to try and stop Mr. Armageddon before the end of the world happens. There's some really bad monster makeup. There's zombies. There's little monsters that go bleh. So bad, it just can't be missed. Give it a try. Okay, so if you've made it this far, then that means that you really can take a serious amount of punishment when it comes to bad movies. So I thank you for that, and I respect you as well. Number 1, The Video Dead. Zombies came out of a television. There. I've said it, it's out of the way. A long time ago, my brother handed me a VHS tape, The Video Dead, and said, "Here, watch this." And I said, "Is it any good?" He just looked at me and said, "Just watch it." So it turns out it's one of the worst films that he had also seen, and he hated it. And he really just wanted me to feel the same level of pain that he felt when he was watching. Thanks, bro. The joke was on him because I loved it, and I still do to this day. It's the type of movie that you put on with beer, pizza and friends, and you laugh at it. Every single scene there's at least something you can laugh at. In a nutshell, the movie is about zombies that come out of a television, a teenager and his sister and this random guy from Texas, he's a legend, need to try and stop the zombies and put them back in the TV. It's got great scenes like the famous chocolate scene. It's got that woman that just won't die. Seriously, he's choking her for like 5 minutes screen time and she just doesn't die. The movie's bad, the acting's bad, the story's bad, the sound effects are terrible. The soundtrack though is actually quite nice for the film, kind of cheap synth. It fits the movie nicely. Bonus points for that. The makeup in the movie is actually not that bad. Like, I think maybe the full budget went on the monster makeup. Take the bride, for example. She looks pretty cool, I think. Anyway, the movie's terrible, but I love it for some strange reason. And I want you to watch it as well. You might like it. You probably won't. So there you have it. 5 of the worst films ever made that I really enjoy. And if you give them a chance, you might like them as well. Why don't you leave a comment below? Have you maybe seen these movies? Do you agree with me that there may be a hidden gem? Or do you agree with the masses that they should be burned at the stake? Anyway, thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you soon. What's up guys, welcome to the show. Hi, and welcome to the very first episode of the ridiculous world of GG. Another car driving by. That's enough of something. Coming out in 1991, this was a movie starring Lenny Henry. Remember him? And yeah. Funnily enough, I can still read it. It's a comedy about a guy who turns himself into a white guy. That's just mental. Let's try all that again. Number 4. Nope, we've done number 4. There's absolutely no one that you would know. You ever heard of changing gear? You ever heard of a ritual killing? It's a rap. Fuck me, man.